We're going to replace the far left circuit board in this display with a new one. So first thing we're going to do is we have to remove the end cap on the right side, because our plan is to move the bezel to the right so I can expose this board on the left. So to remove the screws, I need a screwdriver, or if you have a power drill, you can use a power drill. But we're going to take out the screws, and there's one screw, and the other screw in the end cap. Okay, now we're going to pick up the edge of the bezel and slide it to the right. And we only have to slide it far enough to expose that left circuit board. So the next step is to remove the circuit board. And it's got 4 screws holding it in place here. So I take out all 4 screws. And then we're going to lift the circuit board out. And you'll notice that there's a cable connected to it and the top connector on the circuit board. So I'm going to pull this out. It's just a little phone cord, and put the board to the side. Now the replacement board may look like this one. Now this one has 3 connectors in a row here. One is marked RXs in the middle, and that's the connector we need. So you may get this type of board with a RX connector in the middle, or you may get a replacement board that looks like this, and the RX connector is the smaller one. There's 2 connectors, larger and smaller. So the smaller connector will be on top, and so we'll plug it back in to the top connector. So there it is, plugged back into the top connector. We put the 4 screws in place. We want to line up the holes so that the circuit board between the display and the rest of it are very close to each other. And then we'll put the screws in. And be sure to tighten the screws snugly when you tighten them, because you don't want vibration to affect it and cause it to fall out. Okay, now we're going to slide the bezel back to the left. Now you may have to pick up on the edge here just a little bit, so I take a screwdriver, slip it underneath there, pull it up just a little bit, so when you slide it over, it gets over the lip of the metal. Push it all the way up. Here's your end cap. Put it back on again with the 2 screws. And tighten the screws. And when you're done, you plug it back in again. And there it is, ready to go. And if you want to make sure it works correctly, you can tap the test button in the rear. There's a little button in the rear, marked test button, you'll see it right here. You tap that button right there to run a test pattern. So we'll tap it, and sure enough we see some scrolling messages going across the screen, so we know that it's working. Okay, that concludes the test.